I'm a Baha'i, and so as a Baha'i, a lot of my work and the way I approach peace practice is inspired by my faith tradition and my spiritual beliefs. And really it was when I was 15 and I read a statement called The Promise of World Peace. It was the International Year of Peace, and the International Governing Council of the Baha'i Faith had written this document called The Promise of World Peace, and it basically outlined from a Baha'i perspective what are the barriers to peace and how do you overcome them. And I was really struck by this because it was the height of the Cold War. I don't know if you were even born then. Yeah. Most of my students don't even remember that time, but it was a very tense time. And you just imagined any day now the atomic bomb was going to drop, and we're all going to die. Even though we're in Canada, the fallout was going to get here. So it was a very pessimistic time for everybody. And so I went to this International Baha'i Youth Conference. There was about 2,500 youth from all over the world, and we studied this document, and I was really inspired by it. And I remember there's a few paragraphs in there, like it said, banning nuclear weapons and promoting disarmament, getting rid of weapons is an important part of promoting peace, but it doesn't bring peace. Because if I hate you, I'll take a knife and I'll kill you. If I hate you, I'm going to take a club and kill you. So it doesn't get rid of the root cause of conflict and hatred, right? And then so it talks about those are important initiatives, but we have to understand what the root cause of conflict is so that we can achieve peace. And so then it outlines what those root causes are. So it talks about religious fanaticism, unbridled nationalism, racism, sexism, and the disparity between rich and poor. So it outlines all these things, and then it shares a Baha'i perspective on why are these things barriers to peace, how to overcome them. So I was really struck by that, and I was also struck by the way in which the Baha'i writings highlight that peace is not only possible, it's inevitable, that it's the next stage in the development of the human family, and all of this crap that we're going through for all these years are sort of the labor pains that are hopefully teaching us why we need to become united and work together and bring about that peace that we all dream of. And so the way that the writings so confidently talk about the inevitability of peace, that it's going to happen, but it's really up to us when it happens. So we can go through more labor pains or less labor pains, And so that really motivated me to become engaged. And I was particularly struck by a paragraph in there that talked about, and it'll be in my paper that I present today, that the equality of sexes, the equality between women and men, is one of the prerequisites to peace, but it's often not talked about. And this is in '85, when nobody was really talking about the link between equality of sexes and peace. And I mean, the Baha'i writings were talking about this at the turn of the century. And so I was like, okay, women's rights, that's going to be my thing.